This in technical terms we say as going long a strangle. So if you are going long a strangle, that means you are buying one out of the money call and one out of the money put, in the hope that as long as the market is in that range, you are not going to make any money out of it. But the moment the market breaks this range, you are basically going to make money because of a good market. So whenever you have this view that market is in this range, from this range it's going to break at some point in time. If you have a view it's going to be this range, continues to be in this range, don't buy a strangle. You will end up only paying the premium. But if you have a view it's in this range, but it will break this range at some point in time, then I will make money. Before the evening 58, 50 and 59, 50. If you see all of January, this is what has happened. The market was in a very tight range, option seller made huge chunks of it, just by selling the option doing nothing. Alright? But selling of option is one of the most trickiest thing in the world, because a 10 rupees option that you would have sold, if it becomes 100 rupees, you will potentially end up losing 10 rupees. Alright, somebody is laughing there, I should have already lost that. Okay, so selling of an option is a very, very tricky thing, and you need to manage your risk whenever you sell options. Alright, so here in this case, let us assume that you have a view that this market is going to stay between 58 and 59, 50, and is not going to move beyond this range. And as long as the market is in that tight range, I am going to eat on the premium. I'm going to eat on the premium as long as the market is in this tight range, right? So I'm going to sell option. I'm going to sell a call option. I'm going to sell a put option. Okay? So if I sell a call option, I'll receive some premium in my pocket. Suppose I receive 40 rupees by selling a call, and I also sell a put. And suppose I receive 30 rupees, which means I'm already in the money by 70 rupees. Alright? I have made 70 rupees by selling these two options. Alright? Now as long as the market is in this range of 58.50 to 59.50 and continues to be in that range all throughout the expiry, your 70 rupees will come into your pocket. If the market expires at 5900 or anywhere near this particular level, that entire 70 rupees will be yours. But if the market goes below 58.50 or if the market goes above 59.50, right, your losses can potentially be unlimited. Alright, you're playing for a very, very limited amount of profit as long as the market is in a very tight range and potentially unlimited loss. How do you manage the risk in this kind of a situation is what is important. Alright, if you know how to manage this risk properly of selling this is called selling a strangle. Just the way you bought the strangle there, here you are selling a strangle. Alright, selling of a strangle, more often than not, 10 times out of 12 times in a year will give you money. Right? 10 times out of 12 times in a year, if you're buying slightly out of the money call and slightly out of the money put, 10 times out of 12 times, 11 times out of 12 times, it's going to give you a good amount of money. You'll make consistent return, 1.5 to 2.5% kind of return. There will be 1 month when it will take away all. Or the probability there will be 2 months when it will take away all the money that you have made in that month. Right? So you need to have a methodology to say that at what point in time, how do I understand that, how do I manage this strangle of mine? Alright. Here comes an important concept of option called as the delta of the option. Alright. So we just touch on the delta of the option and how that you can use for basically managing your risk of the option. Alright. Now what is the delta of an option? What is the delta of a future? Whenever I buy a future, if I am buying a Nifty future, alright, what I am doing is, if your spot price rises by 1 rupee, your Nifty future also rises by 1 rupee. If your Nifty spot decreases by 1 rupee, your future also decreases by 1 rupee. The future has got a delta of 1. In technical terms, we say that the future is a delta of 1. That means with respect to the spot price. If the spot price moves up by 1 rupee, your future also moves up by 1 rupee. Alright. Thing with options is that they have got different deltas. With respect to the movement in the spot price, different option moves in different ways. The easiest way to understand the delta of an option is, what is the probability of that option ending in the money? Alright, so suppose I am at 5900, alright, and there is a call of 5500. What is the probability of a call of 5500 ending in the money? What do you think? My spot is 5900, right, and I have a strike price of 5500. I have a call of 5500. What is the probability of a call of 5500 ending in the money? Very high. Almost 95, 100%. If I go further in the money, maybe a 4900 call, 49, 4800 call, what is the probability of that ending in the money? Almost 1. Alright, so the delta of deep in the money call options are 1 or close to 1, 95, 98% kind of delta. The delta of at the money call input, suppose I am at 5900, so 5900's call input delta is 50%. Because the probability of that ending in the money is 50%, ending out of the money is 50%. So at the money call input option has got a delta of 0.5, 50%. Out of the money call input options, suppose I have a call of 6400 and my spot is 5900. What is the probability of a 6400 call ending in the money? Very less. 0.2, 0.1, 10%, 5%, right? So your delta decreases as and when you go out of the money. So if you were to draw a graph, right? At the money, deep in the money will have very high delta. It will decrease toward at the money to 0.5, and then all out of the money call options will have decreasing delta, going all the way even up to 0. Right? So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5. Alright? Now, whenever you are selling a strangle, whenever you are selling a call and a put, you first need to identify what is the delta of selling that particular option. So here in this case, if I have sold a call of 5950 and my spot is 5900, what is going to be the delta of my call of 5950? Roughly. So 5950 is slightly out of the money. What do you think is going to be the delta? 0.5 was the delta of at the money, and it decreases as you go out of the money. So how much do you think would be the delta of a call at 5950? Sorry? 45%? 40-45%? Roughly. You don't need to be accurate, you need an option delta calculator, which you can find from Google. Just say option delta calculator, put the strike price, spot price, time to expiry, it will give you the delta. So that's not an issue. Alright? Roughly 40-45%. Alright? You're selling a call. Do you think your delta are going to be positive or negative? When you buy a call, is your delta positive or negative? Positive. Why? Because if the market goes up, your call makes money. If you're buying a put, is your delta positive or negative? Negative. How many say positive? If you're buying a put, right, when will you make money? When the market goes down or market goes up? When the market goes down, you'll make money, right? So if the market goes down and you're making money, then your deltas are negative. Alright? So if you're buying a put, it's as good as saying you've shorted a future. Shorting a future will make money when the delta, when your market goes down. Alright? So buying a put is a negative delta, buying a call is a positive delta. Alright? But here we are doing the other way now, we are selling a call. If you are selling a call, is it positive delta or negative delta? Negative? Why? Because you have sold a call, it will make money when the market goes down. Alright? And you just told me that the delta is going to be about 40-45%. Alright? So what is going to be my delta here of a call? So my call's delta, roughly say minus 0.4, 40%. Alright, because I've sold a call, that's why it's negative, and 40% because it is slightly out of the money. Alright? Similarly, I've just sold a put. What do you think is going to be the delta of a put that I've sold? Positive or negative? Positive. Selling a put has a positive delta. Alright? And this is also out of the money. So it's going to be again 40-45%, around that level. Alright? So suppose this comes to again, let's say 0.3, 38%. Alright? 38%. So what is my net delta now? Minus 2%. Alright? This is what is my net delta. So the first rule of shorting a strangle is you enter into that strangle only when your net delta is less than 5%. You never short a strangle. You never short a call and a put if your deltas are more than 5%. Net delta, combination of call plus put combined together, right, has a delta of less than 5%. At that point in time, you enter into the triangle. That's the first rule. Yeah. So you now know when to enter into a triangle. Every day, if you go to Google, just type options calculator, and you have an Excel sheet where you just type the strike price, the spot price, time to expiry, and all the thing. You will directly get what the delta of that option is. Or if you go to the NSE's website, they have an options calendar, where for every single strike the delta are given along with those strikes. So you can use those delta. So getting a delta of any option is not a difficult task. Alright. So here in this case, suppose my delta was less than 5%. I entered into the contract. I sold a call and I sold a put. Alright. First rule is when it is less than 5%. Second rule is you enter into the trade with two quantities. When I say two quantities, that means 2 units. Your unit could be anything. 1 lot, 2 lot, 100 lot, 500 lot, 1000 lot. But whatever is your unit, you enter into twice the amount of that unit. Why I think. So that's the second rule. You enter with 2 units. Alright? And now you are monitoring your delta on a continuous basis, depending upon what your frequency is. If you are doing this every day, you will monitor it every day into the day. But because selling of options is very risky, you might want to monitor it every 1 hour. What is the net delta of your option? Selling plus buying combined together. Sorry, selling of call, selling of put combined together, what is the net delta? Alright? The second rule is, the third rule is, if your delta at any given point in time exceeds 17%. So before less than 5%, you entered into the delta. If your delta exceeds 17%, positive side or negative side, it does not matter. Alright? If your delta exceeds 17% on the positive side or the negative side, you unwind 1 lot. You had 2 units, you unwind 1 unit, and you still retain 1 more unit. Alright? From 17%, if your delta again falls back to less than 10%, from 17% of your net delta, if your net delta again falls back to less than 10%, you again re-enter into the unit that you are unbounded. Right? So you initially entered with 2 units. 17% अगर आपका delta आ गया, you unbounded 1 unit, you remain with 1 unit. If your delta again falls back to less than 10%, which means again it is in the safe zone, you again re-enter into that unit. So you again have 2 units. Alright? But if your delta from 17% goes to 30%, yani ki 0.3, right? If your delta goes to 0.3, you unwind both the unit. Anyway, you are unbounded with 1 unit at 17%. You unwind second unit at 30%, and you get out of the position. Right? The idea is from 30%, the journey of your delta to 80% is very fast. Right? Till 30%, the journey of your delta is slow. Right? The journey of your options premium price rising is slow. But after the net delta of 30%, the journey to 80% happens within hours. It might take days for it to come to 30%, but it takes hours for it to come to 80%. So after your net delta becomes 30%, you just want to unwind your triangle and get out of it. Probably it's just not your month and it's not your day. Alright? But as long as the delta is less than 30%, you are in 1 unit. As long as the delta is less than 10%, you are in both units. Alright? If you manage your triangle in this fashion, every whenever you enter into it and manage this particular strategy. So now you know your stop loss. Your stop loss is 17% delta and 30% delta. You know your take profit. Your take profit is if you continue to hold that particular thing till the time of expiry, you will make the entire 70. Why? Because it is theta decay. Every day your premium prices are decaying on its own. The theta decay that we call. So 70 rupees is what you have taken the risk of. This risk correct time you will get if it continues to be in that range till the day of expiry. On the day of expiry, these options are going to become much less. They are going to become 0.5 paise. Sorry, they are going to become 5 paise. So from 70 rupees, they have gone to 5 paise. And you have made the return which is like some 1000 times. Alright? But the idea is, from 70 rupees, you don't want them to go to 1000, you don't want them to go to 200 rupees. Because then, it becomes a panic situation. So if you are managing the delta of yours actively, right, you will be able to basically sell into the triangle. Works very effectively in currencies market because the volatilities are very low. Works effectively even in Nifty market these days because there is no volatility at all. And in fact, Nifty, the IB in January was quoting at all-time historical low of 11-12%. Okay? So there will be bouts in the market when the fall, there is just no volume, there is just no movement. At that point in time, you should look into opportunity to sell this triangle. Right? But please be very, very, very cautious when you are selling a triangle. If you're not managing your delta, you could end up potentially having 5 times the loss of the amount of that. But if you're managing your delta very, in a proper fashion, which I just explained to you, then 9 out of 10 times it will happen that you'll end up making consistent amount of money for your clients, 2%, 2.5%, 3% kind of a return. And during the month when basically your volatility suddenly has a spurt, you'll be able to cut it at a decent stop. That is basically it. Alright? Clear about Salinas triangle? Any questions? 130. Okay. So we are done here, right? So these are some simple strategies that you can basically follow on a day-to-day basis. If you have any doubts, any questions, I'll just give you my email ID.
Aryan Rakesh. Mr. Shiv Kumar. Poonam Kattar from HDFC Securities. Mr. Ajit Kumar Singh. Mahesh B. P. Om Prakash. Mr. Shankar Kumar B. Mr. Shweta B.R. Vijay M.S. Mr. Vishwanath. Mr. Santosh. Mr. Prashant. Mr. Naresh. Mr. Ranjit. Mr. Anil Kumar. Mr. Rangaraju. Mr. Vishwanath V. Vishwanath V. Mr. Madhusudan T.K. Mr. Vinod Kumar R. Pravesh Kumar. Mr. Nagaraj Shetty. Mr. Nitish Roy. Nagashri F. Hari Krishna V. Archana Dash. Is it BASH? Yes. Yes. Mr. Vinay. Chinmay Ranjan Mehra. Prakash. Mr. Nagaraju. Finally, I invite Manish to hand over the certificate to Mr. Anupam. Thank you everybody for your participation in a weekend. Took out your time and came to attend this knowledge builder session. Without wasting time, let's go for lunch. We can have more interaction. Thank you.